Rio was a bright green parrot with a heart full of dreams. Unlike the other parrots who spent their days mocking each other's colourful dreams, Rio dreamt of soaring high above the tall trees, touching the clouds and feeling the wind beneath his wings. But the other birds just laughed and said, "A bird can't fly higher than the clouds. You're just a little blue jay with green feathers. Your dream is as impossible as a chicken laying golden eggs." And Rio, with his green feathers ruffled, would fly away, sad that no one believed in his dream. One day, Rio was hopping from branch to branch when he heard two monkeys whispering. "Did you hear? Did you hear?" What? "There's an island floating up in the sky. Really, we're over there beyond the tallest mountain and the thickest clouds." Then the monkeys ran away, and Rio could unhelp but wonder if the Sky Island was a place where birds could fly higher than the clouds. Determined to see the island for himself, Rio took off into the air. He flapped his wings hard, wishing he had something to boost his strength. Then he spotted a tiny blue hummingbird hovering nearby. Bella called Rio, "Can you help me? I want to reach the Sky Island, but I don't have enough strength." Bella thought for a moment. "I'm on my way to visit my grandmother on the Sky Island. Hop onto my back and I'll take you with me." Rio happily climbed onto Bella's back and they started their journey. As they flew over the tall mountain, Rio turned to Bella and said, "Thank you for helping me. Bella, I really appreciate it." "You're welcome, Rio," replied Bella. "But you know, we still have to get through the storm cloud mountains, and if we're going to do that, we need some more help." Just then, a brown monkey with a playful grin swung onto Bella's branch. Tycho called Bella, "Will you help us fly through the storm cloud mountains?" "Sure, why not?" said Tycho. "Hop on my tail, Rio, and hold on tight." Rio jumped onto Tycho's tail and they raced ahead. The storm cloud mountains loomed over them, dark and scary. As they flew through the clouds, the wind howled like a hungry wolf and the rain poured down, trying to pull Rio from Tycho's tail. But Tycho held tight, and with Bella guiding them, they made it through the storm. Suddenly, the clouds parted and Rio gasped. In front of them was an island floating in the sky. Golden fruit trees grew everywhere, and a beautiful waterfall cascaded over the edge, disappearing into a cloud mist. "Wow, it's even more amazing than I imagined," whispered Rio. But as they approached the island, a large hawk swooped down from the trees. "Halt!" he cried. "No one is allowed on this island. Only those who are brave enough to face the storm can pick one of my golden fruits." The hawk spread his wings, and the wind around him suddenly became a raging storm. "Oh, I wish I could stay and pick one of the golden fruits," said Bella, her tiny body shaking in fear. "But I'm too scared to face the storm." "Me too," squeaked Rio. His green feathers trembled. Suddenly, Tycho shouted, "You guys go ahead. I'll protect you." He took a deep breath, puffed out his chest, and bravely charged towards the hawk. "Stop right there," squawked Tycho. "If you want to pick a fruit, let me try." The hawk laughed, a harsh, grating sound. You, little monkey, think you're brave enough to face my storm. Very well, I accept your challenge. The hawk roared, and the wind and rain intensified. But Tycho stood firm, protecting the others behind him. As the storm raged, Rio noticed a tiny bud on a nearby bush. It was small, almost invisible in the wind and rain, but Rio knew he had to do something. Taking a deep breath, Rio closed his eyes and started to sing. At first, his voice was barely a whisper. But as he sang, his voice grew stronger and the music floated over the island. Bella and Tycho stopped struggling against the wind and turned to listen. The other birds on the island also stopped their frightened squawking and listened to Rio's song. As Rio sang, the clouds outside the island seemed to glow brighter, and the golden light filled the island. The wind outside the island began to calm, and the rain stopped. And as Rio finished his song, the clouds outside the island parted to reveal a bright blue sky. The golden light on the island grew brighter and brighter until the whole island seemed to be glowing. Then, as if in slow motion, the hawk began to shrink. His fierce eyes lost their anger and turned gentle. His sharp talons became slender fingers, and his strong wings became arms. When the transformation was complete, a young man stood in place of the hawk. "Who are you?" asked Tycho, confused. "I used to be the stormy hawk, guardian of this island," replied the man. "But your friend's beautiful song has washed away my anger and fear. Now I am just a man again." Rio blushed. I didn't know I could be so brave," he said. "Your song saved us all," said Tycho, "and besides, I believe you can do anything you set your mind to, Rio." Then the young man spoke. "You are very brave and kind to come to this island and help me. As a token of my gratitude, I will give you one of my golden fruits." He plucked a fruit from a nearby tree and offered it to Rio. "Wow, thank you," said Rio, taking the fruit. As Rio ate the golden fruit, its sweet juice flowed through his body, filling him with strength and happiness. Rio felt like he could fly forever. He flew around the island, laughing and playing with Tycho and Bella. They slid down the waterfall, flew through the trees, and chased butterflies. Finally, as the sun began to set, Rio knew it was time to go home. "I had so much fun today," he said to his friends. "Me too," said Tycho, "but we should probably head back before our parents get worried." "Okay," said Bella, "let's go." As they flew back over the mountains, Rio thought about how far he had come. He had faced his fears and helped his friends. And he realized that being brave wasn't just about facing danger. It was also about helping others. Rio landed on a branch and looked at his friends. "Thank you, Tycho. Thank you, Bella. I couldn't have done it without you. You could have done it all by yourself." "Rio," said Tycho, "you were really brave." Yeah, added Bella. It takes a lot of courage to admit you're scared. Rio, from that day on, the birds in Rio's flock never laughed at his dream again. In fact, they often came to him when they needed help facing their own fears. And Rio, with his heart full of courage and kindness, was always there to help them. Rio learned that believing in your dreams and helping others are the greatest treasures of all. And if you believe in your dreams and never give up, you can achieve anything, even if it seems as impossible as a chicken laying golden eggs. And that, my little friends, is the end of the story. If you enjoyed this tale, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on any of our exciting stories. Until next time, keep believing in your dreams and never stop exploring the world around you.